Now to this surprising discovery that is defying the laws of science. Crowds are flocking to the small town of Gower, Missouri to view a Catholic nun's body that appears to show no signs of decay despite being buried for 4 years. The body of Sister Willamina Lancaster, who died in 2019 at the age of 95, was exhumed from the monastery grounds so that she could be moved to her final resting place inside the chapel. But when her coffin was unearthed, this is what they found. Lancaster's body was apparently incorrupt, which in Catholic tradition means the body did not decay. CNN affiliate KMBC reports people have traveled from across the country to see for themselves.
Powerful experience, very powerful.
It's one of the most rare events in the whole of the United States.
Not that old, but I've never heard of that in my life.
Well, let me bring in Kelsey Wicks. She is the executive director for the ACI group and has written about this for the Catholic News Agency. Kelsey, good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So walk us through exactly what this group of sisters found when they unearthed, the body.
Well, it's really remarkable, Frederica. When I sat down with the abbess, she said, we began to exhume the body of our foundress to move her into the chapel. It's a long-standing custom in Catholic religious orders to have your founder or foundress in your chapel. And as they were exhuming her, there was a crack in the coffin. And so she took a flashlight, looked in, and she goes, "I think I saw a foot." And she said, "I couldn't have seen a foot." At this point in the game, there should be a great deal of decomposition. They were expecting to find skeletal remains. And instead, they found an intact body. So she said to her sisters, "I found a foot." And they all cheered, knowing, of course, what this potentially means in Catholic tradition.
And so you actually went as well, right? You went to see for yourself. And you and a whole lot of people can see for themselves because she is out in the open. And what did you experience?
I mean, it was remarkable, the level of detail. Even the branding of her sock was still visible. The veil of her habit was made of the same material as the interior lining of the coffin, and that had decayed while the veil had not. There was no smell of putrid or decay or anything of this. It was just simply looked as though she had been dead for a day. Wow. It was really remarkable.
And so help people understand, in the terms of Catholicism, what is incorruptible? What does it mean? Does she seem to demonstrate everything that it embodies?
There does need to be a thorough investigation to make sure that this is a case of an incorrupt body. But what it essentially means is that there's a lack of natural process of decay. And that points to a theological reality, which is that, at the end of this life, there is something more. And so people who demonstrate extraordinary levels of holiness within Catholicism often found to have these incorrupt bodies, which suggests that there's some level of closeness to the future resurrection that they might have.